Welcome back to the Cricket Corner podcast, where we review the second one-day international between India and Australia, coming to you live from Visakhapatnam. Well, not much to say here, to be honest, because it's a sad day for Indian cricket. Australia have completely destroyed India in all aspects of the game, be it bowling, be it batting, be it fielding. They were the better side, and they have registered a full 10-wicket victory over India after completely destroying them with the ball, and then their openers coming in and taking over from the bowlers and completely dismantled the Indian team. India were put into bat after Australia won the toss and elected to bowl first, and India were bowled out for just 117. They could only bat for 26 overs, and they were completely destroyed by the Australian quicks likes of Mitchell Starc, Sean Abbott and Nathan Ellis, completely destroying India. 117 is all that could be posted on the scorecard by the hosts, and then the Australian openers Travis Head and Mitchell Marsh just completely bossed the Indian bowling attack to register a 10-wicket victory with 39 overs to spare. That's 234 balls remaining in the game, and Australia putting on 121 runs in 11 overs with a target of just being 118. I think Mitchell Marsh scoring a winning boundary in the end of an Akshar Patel over. Well, I don't know where to start with, because Australian quicks were absolutely rampant, and there is no hiding from the fact that Indian batting has been poor in these two in these two one-day internationals. Yes, they won the first one-dayer, but let's be honest, it was KL Rahul and Ravindra Jadeja who had to see them through, because once again the top and the middle order did not perform. This time, the top and the middle order did not perform, and so didn't the lower order, which usually bails out India in all forms of the game. It was an absolute demolition job from the Australian quicks. Mitchell Starc yet again proving to be a handful for the Indian batsmen. He was excellent in the first innings, in the first one-dayer, and in the second one-dayer here in Visakhapatnam, he was once again brilliant. 5 for 53 of his 8 overs. Yes, a tad bit expensive, but when you pick 5 wickets and your opposition is just bowled out for 117, you would take that expensive figures any day of the week. And that's what Mitchell Starc has done. 5 wickets for him. Here are the list of players he dismissed. It's not like those 5 were, tail-enders and he was just cleaning up the tail. No. He eventually cleaned up the Indian top order. Here are the players he dismissed, right? Here we go. Rohit Sharma was caught in the slips by Smith of the bowling of Mitchell Starc. Shubman Gill was the first one to dismiss. He was caught at covers by Marnus Labuschagne. Then he dismissed Surya Kumar Yadav for his second golden duck in this one-day series. And then he dismissed KL Rahul, the one who scored 75 not out in the first one day. He dismissed him for just 9, and then Starc takes the final wicket of Mohammad Siraj to wrap up India's innings at 117. Absolutely brilliant from Mitchell Starc. The pitch looked like a batting wicket, to be honest, but Mitchell Starc was able to extract every last bit of help he could have gotten out of the wicket. There was a hint of swing, and he exploited that to the fullest. Perfect, great line and length from Mitchell Starc. Well, the wicket of Surya Kumar Yadav depicted that perfectly. It was a carbon copy of his dismissal from the Mumbai One-Day International. It was absolutely perfect. Coming from over the wicket, left arm, pitching in line, hint of movement, and Surya Kumar Yadav was trapped in front for his second golden duck of the series. A pretty similar sort of dismissal to send KL Rahul into the pavilion. He went for 9. The only 2 batsmen who can have some sort of who can keep their heads up high after this poor performance were Virat Kohli and Akshar Patel. Akshar Patel replacing Shardul Thakur for this second one-dayer. Rohit Sharma coming in for Ishan Kishan. So Virat Kohli was looked semi-decent for his 31, but he was trapped in front by Nathan Ellis, and Akshar Patel remaining not out of, on 29. He hit 2 sixes off Mitchell Starc before Starc took the wicket of Mohammad Siraj to end the proceedings. Well, apart from that, there was barely any contribution. 31 for Virat, as I said, 29 for Akshar Patel. There was Rohit Sharma, who made 13, and Ravindra Jadeja with 16. Rest all were dismissed for single digit. There were 4 ducks in this Indian innings: Shubman Gill, Surya Kumar Yadav, Mohammad Shami, and Mohammad Siraj. As far as the Australian bowling is concerned, as I mentioned, 5 for 53 for Mitchell Starc, 3 for 23 for Sean Abbott, and 2 for 13 for the incoming Nathan Ellis, who replaced Glenn Maxwell. Australian quicks taking all 10 wickets amongst themselves. No wickets for Cameron Green, but he kept things tight. None for 20 or 5 overs. And they didn't need Adam Zampa. He just bowled 2 overs, none for 6. In reply, well, if you ever thought that, well, Starc's able to get something out of the wicket, maybe Mohammad Shami can get a few balls to nip here and there. Well, if you thought, then you were completely wrong, because Australia chased down the target with just 11 overs. As I mentioned, 39 overs to spare, and Travis Head and Mitchell Marsh just demolished every Indian bowler that they faced. Travis Head 51 of 30 deliveries, and Mitchell Marsh once again the pick of the batsman for Australia. He made 80 odd in the first one-day international and 66 of just 36 deliveries to completely demolish the... I have no idea how many times I've used the word demolish, but that's what the Australians have done to India today. Mitchell Marsh innings was littered with boundaries and sixes all over the park. He made 66. He scored 4 boundaries and 6 sixes. That gives you 60 runs just in boundaries. So he just ran 6 runs. And Travis Head scoring 10 boundaries for his 51. So he ran just 11 runs. And it felt like it was Australia who really wanted to practice before the IPL commencing in 2 weeks' time. Mitchell Marsh obviously playing for the Delhi Capitals, while Travis Head is not with any IPL teams as far as I remember. Mitchell Marsh was absolutely brilliant. I think from the 12 boundaries that he scored, 6 fours and 6 sixes, I think my favorite one was when he pulled a fast bowling Mohammad Shami out of the park, and that was a joy to watch. It was flat 6, no hesitations whatsoever, slightly shorter in length, and he just pulled it away for 6. And that shot meant that India didn't have any chances of staging a comeback and rescuing this one-day international, which was, let's be honest, once Virat Kohli was dismissed when India's score was 71 for 6, I think the writing was on the wall for India. I have ESPN Cricket Info opened in front of me, and it says that India's 117 all-out, their 4th lowest ODI total at home. Well, that's saying something, because we all consider India to be this juggernaut in home conditions, be it test matches, one-day internationals, or T20 cricket. But this is a real setback as far as Indians are concerned, and they really need to worry and think about how they're going to bat in this third and final one-dayer in Chennai, because they can't afford yet another opening top order and middle order collapse like we saw in Mumbai as well, and quite evident here in Visakhapatnam, because you cannot always rely on your lower order batting, and today was the prime candidate and prime example for that. But kudos to Australia, they were absolutely brilliant. I said they were great in the field as well. Mitchell, and it was depicted by Steve Smith's wonderful catch to dismiss Hardik Pandya off the bowling of Sean Abbott. He was standing in first slip. The Hardik Pandya edged it. I think the ball was going towards 1.5 second slip, and he just dived to his right and grabbed it with one hand, which was an excellent piece of fielding from the captain Steve Smith. And Australia topped the batting charts, the bowling charts, and the fielding charts today. when I'm recording this, the man of the match hasn't been announced yet. But if I was the person giving the award, I would have definitely given it to Mitchell Starc. 5 wickets in a pitch that Australians proved was a batting paradise, but getting something out of it was excellent. Yet again, Mitchell Starc showing his good form in a World Cup year. He was brilliant in 2015, he was brilliant in 2019, and now in the beginning of 2023, he's looking charged up and ready to spearhead Australian bowling. Because just to remind the listeners, I don't think that needs any reminder, but just to mention it once, the World Cup is being played in this similar sort of conditions. So it's a big bonus for Australia to have Mitchell Starc firing. Nathan Ellis was brilliant as well, so was Sean Abbott. But I think Travis Head and Mitchell Marsh deserve equal praise, if not more. That's the review for the second one-day international. Australia have leveled the series 1-1 before we head to Chennai to play the final one-day international, which will be contested on the 22nd of March, which is a Wednesday. And that comes a week before the IPL commences in Ahmedabad between Gujarat Titans and Chennai Super Kings. Congratulations, Australia. You thoroughly battered India today, and the series is still alive heading into Chennai. Thanks for tuning in for this review of the second one-day international here on the Cricket Corner podcast. If you are listening this on Spotify or Apple Podcast, make sure to give me those 5-star ratings. And if you're listening this on YouTube, which many of you are, then please hit subscribe and like this video and share it around with your friends. That's me, Vatsal Vora, signing off. Ciao for now.